What's going on, Monopoly family? Welcome back to the channel. About 2-3 months ago, I started this new series on this channel where I get to interview consistent, profitable traders from my chat room. And today, guys, I've got an exciting, motivational video for you guys from a fellow Dubliner from Ireland who basically is now a full-time trader after being made redundant due to the virus. And one door closed, another one opened up, but he's been trading since April, I believe, 2019. So a year, and he made a lot of beginner mistakes, and I guess this video can help a lot of you beginners as well as give you motivation for those who are already trading. So let's jump right into it, guys. Hopefully you take something out of this, because there's always something to take from these videos. Let's do it. Thanks for coming on.
My pleasure.
My protege.
Yes.
It's been I'm excited to hear the news from you. Going full-time in 2 months or so.
Yep, that's right. That's correct.
So you're a fellow Dubliner. You know, I'm excited to have somebody.
I am from Artane.
Yeah, from Ireland to basically, you know, change their life for the better.
Yeah.
And you've been now in the chat room for almost a year. I went back looking at when you joined, and it was April or before April 2019.
That's right.
And here we are a year later. Tell us what's happening a year later after starting your trading career.
Yeah, so initially I had traded for a couple of months before buying your course, and I had lost probably about £600 or £700. So I thought, right, I need to get educated here. So because I thought I already had it figured out, you see. I thought I had it figured out. So I get the course, went through it all, joined the chat, the Discord chat, and started in with real money. You know,
straight away.
Real money straight away.
Okay, know? That's first of all, that is
the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, because everybody's excited. Everybody's excited to make money, so they just jump right into it.
Absolutely.
Without even experiencing all the mistakes that could potentially happen. And I think that was me at the beginning as well. So you learned your lesson here, okay? Yeah, you learned your
lessons. Financial lessons.
Yeah, so now we're on to stage 2. Because as a trader, there's phases, right?
Yeah.
And you can't really tell a trader, no, don't do this. They're going to do it anyway.
You have to.
You have to. So tell us about what you did next.
Right, so I lost all that money again, which is probably about another £600. So lost, probably about £1,200-1,300 at this stage. And I thought to myself, because what I was doing, Zed, was my entries were predominantly really good. So I was having 5, 6, 7 green trades in a row, and taking the profit quite quickly, because you're so excited when that goes green. You just want to take the money and you get out for the day, and you're like, oh, it's profitable today. This is so exciting. I've made it. I've made it. This is easy. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Because you get to that 8th or 9th trade and it's red, and you're so convinced that you've looked at the price action. Your entry is absolutely spot on. You understand the market sentiment of that day, and you're sticking to your guns. I'm right. I'm going to hold this, and it starts going against you, and it goes a bigger negative net, and then you start to sweat. Yeah. And you let it run a little bit more, and then you think to yourself, just a little bit more. Next thing you know, you're in a big red position. You've just wiped out your profits for the last 7-8 days. I've even been at a stage where I've wiped out my profits for the last 2 weeks. Then it's back to stage 1 again. You've just wiped out all of them profits.
It's frustrating, right? It gets frustrating. Like, this is, you're doing so well, profits. Then that one trade that you think you know it all, and you get overconfident with, wipes it all out. So now you're back to zero, like you said. It's like snakes and ladders.
Oh, God,
and it's so frustrating that you say to yourself, I might as well just quit. Might as well just leave. But you held on. Continue, yeah.
I did, Zed, and, obviously I'm a mature man, so I've got a lot of life experience. So, and I've got to say, I think if I was in my 20s, I don't think that I would have the psychological ability to do this. I can only do it because the man that I am at the moment, because of the life experience that I have. So going forward, for me, trading is literally 95% psychological. It is, because when you have them green trades and you're on top of the world, and then you wipe out your profits for the last 2 weeks, it's like getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
Do you know? And when you get punched in the face, either you're going to back away and say, this is not for me, or you're going to take it on the chin. And, you know, you got to regroup. You've got to regroup, start from scratch again. And I used to say to myself, you know, right, I've just wiped out my profits for the last 2 weeks. And then I used to think to myself, right, in 2 weeks, the next 2 weeks is going to fly in. And in 2 weeks' time, I'm going to be back at zero again.
Yeah, good.
You know, I'm not gonna lose them profits, and that's always been my psychology. You know, right? I'm going back 2 weeks. I'm
But
going back 2 weeks.
many people that experience that, they look for an answer to why they're not doing well, and
Mm-hmm.
they're looking for somebody to tell them just quit. It's not for you. You cannot be profitable. So they'll go to listen to the pussies of the internet. And look, trading is not for everybody because, like I said, it's emotional. You can lose a lot of money, and everybody's excited to make money. They
Yeah.
don't look at it like, and we've seen a lot of people come and go. We've seen them. We've
God,
seen a
yeah.
lot of people come and go. And, you know, those who are persistent, you can see them today. They're doing this full time and they're making the big bucks, just
Yeah.
like you are today, profitable. And
Yeah.
tell us about where you are today. What is
Right.
happening?
So, you know, my life has been a roller coaster, Zed, ever since I signed up to your chat. It's just been the most positive experience in my life. You know, it really has. So a year down the line, you know, I've been in a business for the last kind of 20 odd years, a section manager for a global distribution and logistics company. And my kind of idea was that in 2021 that I would go full-time trading. That's kind of been my plan for the last few months. And I get a phone call 2 weeks being told that I'm getting made redundant, because the volume in my business is getting moved from Scotland down to London. And, you know, normally I'd have been upset and worried, and I don't know what the future's going to hold. But when I actually got that news, I actually felt a sense of peace, a peace within myself, because I didn't even have to think about what I was going to do.
You're ready.
I'm ready.
You're ready.
But I never even considered the concept of looking for another job.
Yeah.
No, I'm burning the boat. The boat
Good.
is getting burnt.
Good.
So I'm getting made redundant in the next 2 months, and before Christmas I'll be a full-time trader.
And this is the mindset I had as well. It was
Yeah.
it was one of those things where you want to go look for a job, but then another part of you says, I don't want the job. So I remember I used to make mistakes on my CV just for that reason. Just because I don't want anybody to call me and say, here's an interview. So I would just say, yeah, listen, they don't want me. I won't get hired. So I wanted an excuse not to get a job. And
Yeah.
so you're getting, basically, you're profitable already, right? And
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
this phone call that says you're getting laid off or whatever it is because
Yeah,
of
that's
the
right.
virus and whatnot.
Yeah, it's down to the virus.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%.
And it was like, when you told me, I was like, haha, good.
I know.
Yeah, I was like, haha, good.
Yeah, that's right.
If that was somebody else, like, oh, I'm sorry. Because look, one door closed, you know, you've got this other door open. And you already know you've been doing this for a year, you're profitable. And matter of fact, you're probably ready to have your own students at this stage. But listen, you're gonna do well. I mean, you know, this is the door you've been waiting for, and it just opened up, and you're profitable. You already know the ups, the downs, on what it takes. It's not like you weren't profitable when you got this call.
That's right.
You're profitable already. And tell us really about your trading style. How different is it to the one I taught you? And maybe it's similar, but you've added a few things. And what do you do on the side? Because everybody has their own different,
of course.
ways of trading. So just tell us about, I guess, your trading style.
So initially when I bought your course and looking at your YouTube videos on the chat, it's predominantly scalping the open. So the New York Stock Exchange, trade and earning reports predominantly. So just scalping. But what I found was I actually liked trading more than just trading that one time of the day. So I started to look into, a more diverse portfolio. So I love to swing trade as well. So literally my trading style, Zed, is I scalp the Dow open.
So futures.
Okay. Yeah. So futures, predominantly the Dow. So I'll scalp the Dow open. 11 p.m. at night. I'll also scalp the European Open at 8 a.m. the next morning. I'll also scalp the New York Stock Exchange when that opens at 2:30. I'll also scalp the close of the New York Stock Exchange at 9 p.m. all UK time, of course. And then I'll also scalp the Dow close at that's basically 9:30, 10 o'clock as well.
So this current market gave us a lot of volatility with futures, so you can trade these indices and whatnot, like
exactly
the DJI, the S&P, and a lot of people want to know. I guess I teach the earning reports. How can you go from earning reports to implementing what I teach in these earning reports patterns and implementing in futures? What are you actually using to make up your decision with your trades?
Yeah. So overall, something that I've really got involved in the last 2 to 3 months, ever since the virus hit, is macroeconomics.
Yeah.
That's something that I've really, really focused on. So, we've seen a lot of spikes in the market at the moment, and I call them artificial rallies. A piece of news comes out and we can make money off that. Okay. So we can go long or short on the market depending on what the rhetoric is.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of looking past that artificial temporary rally. And I'm looking to see, and because obviously I'm trading the Dow, I'm looking to see where the Dow is going to be in 4 or 5 days' time, and next week as well. And so what I'm doing is, I'm scalping, I'm swinging, it's positional trading and it's hedging. So I'm placing these positions, for me, I feel so comfortable placing these long positions on the Dow because I know 100%, I know at some stage that position is going to go green. Because when the market recovers, that position will go green, is guaranteed.
Yeah.
The only positions that you've got to be very careful about is your short positions, because potentially the market might not go back to that area again.
So behaviors,
Yes.
you've mastered behavior. I know there's a few sharpshooters on the chat as well that have mastered.
There is.
And they have mastered the behaviors. If I was to come out right now and say, listen, we trade behaviors and we understand how such and such will behave, it's like, how? Well, when you're wired into the market for a long period of time, it becomes like second nature. You understand what this price movement will be followed by, because you understand what the investor and the trader is thinking and how previous behaviors actually repeat themselves. So that's what we say patterns. And matter of fact, you watch a few movies, they'll talk about patterns. If you watch the movie Limitless, they'll be like, patterns, this. So then you come from a movie side to actual real life, and you understand, patterns are patterns. This is behavior. Like, a lot of people ask on the chat room, they ask George, and George is one of those sharpshooters.
Oh, yeah.
They ask George, how do you trade? He can't explain it. I already know what he wants to say, because he's trading price action and just the behavior, and he just implements, support and resistance in his trade.
Yeah.
Like, you can't explain it properly to him, because I already know what you want to say, but it's difficult to somebody that just enters the market and you try to explain it to them. But that's where I guess experience plays a huge role in your profitability over time.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, many people don't even get to that level of experiencing behaviors and actually saying, this and that, this occurs and this occurs. Many people just get stuck, and they say, that's it, it's not for me, and they just walk away and leave. And we've seen a lot of people come and go.
A lot of people.
Yeah, because not everybody is, I guess, and this with everybody, with every, I guess, trader in the world, people will try it. They don't see returns immediately, and they just walk away.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not where traders are made anyway. But I guess you stuck with it. You're here today. No job. Doing this full time.
Yep.
And voila, you're gonna live the dream. What was the dream again?
To become a full-time trader job.
Where do you want to go? You said something about relocating somewhere.
Oh yeah, okay. So in the future, I want to relocate back to Spain. I used to live in Spain many years ago, so I'm going to relocate back to Spain.
Are you single?
Yes.
Because we might have some women here be like, "Who's this handsome Irish man?" So he is single.
Well, I might not be single, but I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no.
We'll see. But any advice you would like to give beginners and anybody out there who wants to make returns quickly but is not seeing those returns immediately, what advice would you like to give?
The advice is, you haven't failed until you've given up. All right. So just don't give up and you won't fail. Just keep going. Be
Yeah.
patient. Don't set yourself daily targets because that just doesn't work. Do not set yourself monetary daily targets. Just keep going. And this is the long game. You don't think about the next week or the next 6 months. Think about the next 10 or 20 years. You've got to be patient. You've got the rest of your life to do this. Take your time. Reduce, your bad decisions and the money that you're losing. Just rein that in. Don't be so keen to make that big money straight away because that's going to be your downfall.
Exactly. That's exactly what I've been saying from the beginning. And we only say this because it's experience, Like, a lot of people will make mistakes, but if they can work on these mistakes before they happen, like one of those is excitement, wanting the money quickly.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you kind of just end up getting disheartened before you even started, before you even experienced what's possible. So I guess good luck with your trading from now on. If you need anything, I'll be here, obviously, and maybe we'll meet you in person. Matter of fact, not maybe. It's
100%.
gonna happen.
It
It's
is
gonna
going to happen.
happen. It's gonna happen after this. Maybe next month,
Definitely.
maybe the month after.
Yeah.
We'll get together. We'll have a proper interview because
Yeah.
you're motivating a lot of people, obviously. And there is other ones on the chat room that don't want to be seen on the internet. I guess they want to just be under the radar, like George, for example.
I
He was.
know.
I interviewed him before, but he some people just don't want to, I guess, to be known on the internet, whatnot. But there's nothing wrong with that. Motivation is motivation at the end of the day. A lot of people will want to know about, I guess, your journey up to date. So
Yeah.
they'll probably ask you questions. They want to know where to contact you and whatnot. So
Sure.
you should give me your Instagram or whatever, and I'll put in the link in the description.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a lot of questions asked your way. Feel free to reply to them, or I don't know what it is. But yeah, thanks for being here, I guess, and sharing and opening up. All right, guys, so that interview is now over. Hopefully you got some motivation, even knowledge out of this interview. So he's now gone full-time, guys, and I don't recommend you go full-time unless you're profitable and consistent for at least 6 months. Matter of fact, he came from a 9-to-5 job, 9-to-5 industry, and only recently he's able to do this now. He's now working for himself. Now that's the motivating part, is now that he's working for himself, doing what a lot say it's hard. And sure enough, trading is not for everybody, but this individual has made it his life mission to succeed at it, and he has succeeded at it and made it into something. Now he's never going back to the 9-to-5. I will actually give you an update in 2 months on Sambora when I fly over to the UK or Ireland, where I get to meet him. But I'm flying 2 more here, 2 more are flying from my chat room, who are also sharpshooters, consistent and profitable. I'll get to interview them for you guys. So let me know if you want more. Smash that like button if you enjoyed this, and I'll see you again for more videos, just like always. Peace and love, guys, and you can follow me on Instagram if you wish. Peace.